Hi kindergarten, welcome to our first Read Aloud video on Mondays with Mrs. Warner. Our story that we're going to read today is called Huggapotamus, and it is by Steve Metzger and illustrated by Gabriele Antonini. That one I butchered, my bad. But before I start reading, this is our story for the week that we will hear a couple of times when you're in the classroom because we have some vocabulary words that we are going to learn that go along with our story. So as you're listening to my story today, I want you to see if you can pick out any words that you might not know and ask a grown-up, what does that mean? Some of the words we're going to be listening for this week are the words delight, waddle, sigh, spotted, and skidded. So if you hear those words, you may want to pause the story so you and a grown-up can talk about what those words mean. We will also be talking about them this week when you're in the classroom. And also, if there's other words that you're not sure of, you can go ahead and ask someone, what does that mean? So let's get started. This is Huggapotamus. Albert was his parents' pride and joy. When he smiled for the first time, his mother jumped up and down with delight. "Look at our baby," she cried out. "Isn't he wonderful?" I'm gonna have to turn myself a little bit so I can see. "Why do you hug me all the time?" Albert asked. "Because we love you so much," his father replied. "You're our little Huggapotamus," his mother added. Albert smiled. "A hug shows that you care about someone," he thought as he went out to play. Waddling through the dense jungle, Albert spotted Benny. He quietly tiptoed up behind his friend and gave him a super strong hippo hug. Ooh, look at Benny's face. How do you think Benny feels? "Yow!" Benny roared. "What are you doing?" "Hugging you," Albert replied. "Don't you like hugs?" "Not when they're so strong," Benny said. "I'm playing hide and seek, and you gave away my hiding place." "I'm sorry," Albert said. "Can I play with you?" "No," Benny said as he slid back into the bushes. Albert spotted Jasmine jumping rope by a waterfall. He ran up and gave her a squeeze. Oh, how does Jasmine look? "Ouch," Jasmine said. "What are you doing?" "Hugging you," Albert replied. "Don't you like hugs?" "Not now," Jasmine said. "I wasn't ready. Just look at me." "I'm sorry," Albert said. "Can I play with you?" "No," said Jasmine as she untangled herself. How do you think Albert's starting to feel? Is Albert trying to be nice or is he trying to be mean? Albert plodded over the savannah, to the savannah. Badge was just about to score a goal. "I love you, little monkey," Albert shouted. "Ugh!" Badge exclaimed. "What are you doing?" "Hugging you," Albert replied. "Don't you like hugs?" "You made me miss my shot," Badge yelled. "You're just too rough." "I'm sorry," Albert said. "Can I play with you?" "No," said Badge as he dashed after the ball. Why doesn't anybody want Albert to play with him? Albert slumped down in the shade of the bamboo trees. "I was only trying to show my friends how much I care about them," Albert thought. "Nobody wants to play with me." Albert watched as Benny, Jasmine, and Badge began a game of freeze tag. "I wish I could play too," he said, "but nobody wants a clumsy hippo in their game." feel sorry for Albert. He was trying to be kind the way he knew how. Then Albert looked up and saw that Benny had been tagged. He was frozen in place. "Benny needs my help," Albert said. He barreled towards his friend, rushing faster and faster. "I'm coming!" Albert ran so hard, the earth trembled. He ran so hard, the trees shook. And he ran so hard, his friend stopped playing. "Uh-oh," Benny thought. "Not again." But Albert remembered what his friend said about his hugs. Too strong. Not now. Too rough. He slowed down and skidded to a stop before he reached Benny. What do you think skidded to a stop means? "Can I play with you?" Albert asked in a calm voice. "I won't hug you unless you want me to, and I promise not to be so rough." "Sure," Benny said, letting out a deep sigh. "You're it." Oh, are his friends gonna let him play with them? And is Albert gonna try to be more gentle and calm? When the game ended, Benny, Jasmine, and Badge huddled together. "What's the matter?" Albert asked. "Did I do something wrong?" "No," Jasmine said. "We're proud of you. Now we want to give you a hug. Is that okay?" Oh. So what's happening now? Albert nodded and smiled shyly as they wrapped their arms around him. Not too strong, not too rough. The perfect hug for a Huggapotamus. The end. So, even though we're not really hugging everybody right now, when we're playing with our friends, we want to make sure that we are gentle and we are moving slowly and not barreling towards them. And also asking if they would like you to do something, using our manners with each other. I hope you enjoyed our first read aloud together, and I will get to see you very soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye, kindergarten.